exciting episode of Fat Guy in His Backpack. Today we are not on the trail. I was hoping to, but unfortunately the weather did not cooperate. I know it looks sunny right now, but I don't know if you can see those big clouds there. And a bunch of clouds over that way. Everything's wet, so it was raining. So I decided to do something different. I was planning on doing this anyways ever since I learned how to do it. Got our Mickey D's, of course. Ever since I learned to do this a few weeks ago at a youth activity. And this is a great way to be prepared if you're ever in the wild and you need it. Or if you're camping or hiking or backpacking, if you just want to have a fire. Maybe it's been raining a lot, so you need some way to start a fire. This is a great tool for doing this. I would have never known how to do this in a million years. So I'd like to thank Ken for showing us how to do this, and Charlie, his grandson. They were great in showing us how to create a fire kit. They also showed you how to put together a little emergency kit in case you need it. You're out hiking or backpacking, should you ever need it. So this is going to be a great episode. We're going to kind of talk about how to do it. I'm going to show you how to do it. It really is economical. It doesn't cost a lot of money. There's one thing that probably costs more than anything else here, but everything else you can get at the Dollar Tree, and it will work just fine. So we're going to go ahead and do that right now. I'm going to show you how to create a fire kit in case of an emergency, like I said, or maybe you're backpacking, you'd like to have a fire, and everything's really wet like it is right now, and you're struggling to start a fire. We're going to show you how to do that. It's really quite easy. And like I said, it doesn't cost a lot of time. It doesn't take a lot of time. So first thing you need are cotton swabs, or cotton balls. Okay, I got these at the Dollar Tree, so it's $1.25 right there. All right. Next thing you get is some Vaseline, or again, this is Personal Care Petroleum Jelly. Again, from the Dollar Tree, $1.25 again. Okay. Next thing you're probably going to need, there we go, is a bag. And finally, you're going to need some Reynolds wrap or tin foil. You can use aluminum foil. Use whatever brand you want. You can use the Dollar Tree brand if you want. I personally find for this type of thing, the Reynolds wrap is much better. It's a little more sturdy. It's a little more, I'm sorry, if I look off to the side, I'm just keeping an eye on my dog. He's really into the chickens. Otto is here somewhere. But it's really easy to do. And you're going to see, this won't take more than 10 minutes to do. And what we'll do at the end of the video, I'll show you how long it lasts. It's really quite incredible. I would never have thought of this in a million years. But it can be very helpful in a pinch. Or like I said, maybe you just want to start a fire, or maybe like we have a fire pit right here. So you can see that. You can use it for stuff like that. There's so many different, it has so many different applications you can use. But before I get started, remember, it is fire. So just be careful. I don't want you to be paralyzed with fear that, oh my gosh, if I start a fire, if I have a fire while I'm camping or backpacking, don't be paralyzed with fear. Follow the rules and regulations of the national forest you're in. If you're in a really dry time of year, you probably want to hold off the fires. But if you're just out of a wet time of the year, it's fine. So don't be paralyzed by fear. If you don't know how to deal with the fire, work with fire, go with someone that knows how to. But having a fire while you're camping can be a great part. It's relaxing. It's a great way to get around, talk to everyone. So many different, you can cook with it, obviously. A lot of things you do. But be smart. Really simple. All right, let's go ahead and get started, and I'm going to show you how to do this, and hopefully you enjoy this. So the first thing we're going to do is, I am not paid by Reynolds Wrap. It just is really good in keeping the aluminum foil from flying around in the wind. All right, so first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab your cotton ball and your Vaseline. Like I said, this is Dollar Tree stuff. You probably don't want to get the really expensive stuff because you're going to see that it gets a little messy. Your fingers are going to be covered in Vaseline. inside here it's going to be covered with cotton balls. So just keep that in mind as you're doing it. All right, so what I'm going to do, let me show you. I'm rubbing it around, getting it just covered in, just like that. See? Okay. Put that right there. Go and do another. We're going to do 4 of these. And one of them we'll use for the sacrificial lamb. It's really easy. Just get it covered in Vaseline. It can be a little gross, I guess, but in fact, you can see how the the cotton balls just kind of falling apart in this. So just kind of, yeah, you're gonna get messy. But if you go backpacking or camping, you're gonna get dirty anyway. So it's part of the fun. There we go. Really get nothing to it. And again, I'm not paid by the Dollar Tree or Reynolds Wrap or whoever makes these cotton balls. I think they're made by Dollar Tree. I just find that what you're going to use these for, you don't really need to spend a lot of money on. Some things you do. You know, if you want to get good, like socks, hiking boots, you want to spend a little more money on that sort of thing. All right, so there they are. Let me show you all 4 of these. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you know what? I'm going to do one more. What the heck? Let's just do one more for you. I feel like Bob Ross here. All right, just add a little bit of jelly here. Just a little to the floating clouds of cotton balls. All right. There we go. Okay. Put that one there. That's the one we're gonna burn here. We have a thing called the 50-yard line here at our house. I'll show you what that is in a moment. Should have brought a towel out. That made things a little bit easier. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and pause this right now, and let me go get a towel, and I'm gonna clean off my fingers because you're gonna get I don't know if you can see it or not. You're gonna get this petroleum jelly crap, and you're gonna get, see, like there's pieces of the cotton ball. It's gonna go everywhere, so just keep that in mind. Okay, so there we go. There's the cotton balls. I just went and got a towel here, wiped my hands off. I actually just realized this is, I think, one of my wife's good hand towels. Hey, do me a favor, don't tell her. Get me in trouble. But it worked. My hands are clean. All the Vaseline's gone, so I'll hide it in my pocket in case she comes home. Okay, so there we go. So it's all set to go. Next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna wrap it up. And you wanna wrap them up, each one individually. So let me show you how to do that. So this is what we're gonna do, and I'm using this mint container and this other container to just keep the tinfoil down. So let me move some of these out of the way. So all that work I did to clean off my fingers, using my wife's really nice towel, was for naught, kind of. All right, so what we're gonna do first, move these all out of the way. And I'm just using my battery. Okay, so I just do it like that. It gives it a little extra protection. See how I folded that? About 2 or 3 inches, not too bad. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna grab this first one, put it right there. So let me show you. There we go. I'm gonna move it in a little more there. Gives me a little extra space. And it's starting to rain again. All right, so let's move everything around. And there we go. So hopefully you can see how I did that. Let me show you. Let me get a little better shot in there. So see how I've wrapped that around, create a little edge there, so it's gonna be secure and clean. Okay, so and you want to keep them separate like that. So I'm just gonna go like this. Well, actually, I've done one there, so we can do another one right here. Okay, oops. I'm going to put one right there, and I'm going to go like this with the tin foil. Oops. I'm trying to do this one-handed and film this at the same time. So far so good. So we can move this out of the way. I don't think we're gonna. I think that's gonna hold it down. So then I'm gonna put another one right here. And like I said, we're gonna use 4. One of these is gonna be the sacrificial lamb. So we'll move that one out of the way. So we don't need it. We're gonna. Oops. There, oops. So I'm gonna move it a little closer. Oh. Hold on. Hopefully this will be easier for you than it is for me. So if you're like, oh man, I don't know if I can do this, you could do it. I have one hand here, and I'm trying to film this as I do that. So see, you're keeping them separate. That way they don't get all gross and mushed together. It's gonna make your life a lot easier should you have to use these, or should you decide to use this. All right, so there we go. I don't know if you can see that. See, that's all wrapped up like that. And I'm gonna go like that. So there we go. See that? It's all in there. Then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fold this in like that. So see, we've created a, and then I'm just gonna, oops. I'm not gonna need all this stuff, so most of them I'm gonna rip off. Right there. Okay, so there they are in there. You know what the heck? I could rip some off, but I'm not going to. This is my wife's good tin foil, so, or aluminum foil. Is it aluminum foil, tin foil? I don't know. I've always called aluminum foil. Sometimes I call it tin foil. But there we go. So that's the cotton balls in there. Now, what do you can leave it like this and put it in your bag, but I recommend doing something else. So let me show you. Right here again, Dollar Tree. I should have showed this in the beginning. I apologize. This is a Dollar Tree lunch bag. And you don't have to do this, but this will keep everything dry just in case. Especially if you're out, you get lost and it's raining like it's starting to do right now. You definitely want to keep this as dry as possible. There we go. And that's all ready to go. Or you can use something like this. This is a mint container. I'm not going to use it today because we are because there's still mints in there, but you can use something like this too. I think this is a little better. It's a little easier. As you can see, it smooshes down just like that. Sorry about the green hands. This is not St. Patrick's Day. I was putting out some grass. So, but there we go. Look at that. And that's going to easily fit in a day pack, or maybe you want to just keep it in your pocket, or you have an emergency kit. You should probably keep your emergency kit when you're hiking or backpacking, not in your backpack or your day pack, but maybe in a small container and put it in a pocket. And the reason for that is I was watching one of these survival shows, and one of the things he mentioned is, what if you got separated from your backpack and your emergency supply kit's in there? How are you going to get to it? It makes perfect sense. All right, so it looks like it stopped raining. So we are going to go try this out. And we're going to do it on the 50-yard line. I'll show you what that is here in a second. And we'll see how long this burns. It is drizzling and raining a little bit, so that may dampen our burning experiment. But I can tell you this, when we were with the youth group, with the young men, these things burned for about 10 minutes. 10 and a half minutes, actually. So it was pretty good. So this should work pretty good. It smells really good because this is made of cocoa butter. So, but it burns. I guarantee it's going to burn. The reason I know that is because right here we have a fire pit, and we burn like old bills and stuff like that. I tried it already, but this time we're going to do it on the 50-yard line just for you and the audience, so you can see what it looks like, and we'll go from there. All right, guys. So here we are. I'm going to show you, get a better view of this. Hi, Otto. No. He was about ready to eat that. Well, trust me, once I put it on fire, he won't touch it. But here's the 50-yard line. Let's say hello, Otto. All right, so he will eat anything. It doesn't matter. just about, he's like a freaking garbage. No. Gotta watch him. Once I light it on fire, you don't have to worry anymore. He's like. So there's our cotton, our sacrificial cotton ball. I'm gonna set my clock for 10 minutes. Now, I won't continue to film. Well, maybe I'll film for 10 minutes. We'll see. We'll have some Jeopardy music playing. Kidding. All right. Okay, so there we go. It's gonna be set for 10 minutes. There we go, 10 minutes. I'm gonna pause it really quickly. All right, so let's go ahead and light this puppy. Again, this is wet. There's water all over the place. So there we go. So I don't know if you can. Yep. There it is. It is on fire. Okay, I'm gonna move my phone out of the way. But hopefully you can see it going. Oh, let's hit play. It's about 9:50. Okay, so I just lit it. You can hear it sizzle. The microphone just close enough. Hopefully it won't catch on fire. And there's the clock. And there it is. Okay, so as you saw there, that was extremely easy to do. Easy to create. This whole video, maybe it will be 10 minutes at most. And part of that was just watching it burn. I'll be editing it out so you won't see the full 6-7 minutes. At one point I did have to turn it over, but if you're trying to get a fire going, 3.5-4 minutes is more than enough time to get a fire going. Super easy. Aluminum foil, cotton balls, Vaseline, all of which I got at the Dollar Tree except for the aluminum foil. And I like to use baggies because I want to keep everything dry and clean. And you saw how I wrapped it up. Make sure you keep each cotton ball separate. So you wrap a cotton ball up, then wrap it again, so on and so forth. I have just 4. That should be enough. If you want to do more than that, that's up to you. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, found it very interesting. There's things you can take with you if you're going to go backpacking and hiking to start a fire. We just happen to have a pine tree in the front of our house, so these are just pine needles. They burn fast and quick, so do be careful with them. If the dry season's upon you and the forestry says no fires, then don't do it, because you can cause a fire, cause lots of damage, including lives. But at the same time, don't be paralyzed by fear if you've never done a fire before. If you've never done a fire before, go to the local fire department. Say, hey, I'm thinking of going camping. Could you give me some tips on how to start a fire? They'll be happy to do that. Or maybe you have a friend or neighbor. It's really easy to do, as I showed you. And just be careful, be smart. Don't leave it unattended. Make sure that you put the fire out completely. That means putting sand on it, water it, douse it completely. Make sure it's completely out, because if you think, oh hey, that's just a little spark, not a big deal. Little sparks can turn into huge forest fires. So have a fire in your camp out. Just be safe, be smart about it. I showed you how to create a fire kit. Easy breezy. If Fat Guy in his backpack can do it, anyone can do it. And then as far as the video or the audio book we're listening to right now, almost forgot. Where are my manners? Re-listening, second time I've listened to it. It's called The Dark Tower. It's a Stephen King book, really good. Dark Tower, The Gunslinger. They made a movie out of it. The movie wasn't very good. I'm not surprised, because it's a great audio book, or probably a great book to read, but there's no way to ever make a good movie. It's too out there. I think he might have been dropping acid while he was writing it or something. But it's pretty good. It's a great audio book. Again, The Dark Tower, Gunslinger. It's a 8-book series. I've got all 8 of them. I like this so much, it's the 3rd time I'm listening to them again. All right, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this episode. Thanks for liking, subscribing. Leave a comment. If you have any questions about how to do this fire kit, or any tips, and you want some tips on how to be safe when you're out in the woods and you have a fire, let me know. I was an Eagle Scout. I've done campfires millions of times, so I like to consider myself somewhat knowledgeable on the subject. Thanks to all 169 subscribers. Thanks to listeners Charlie and Ken for showing me how to do this, and hopefully it helps those of you out in YouTube land. All right, guys, we are at 169 subscribers, just one more to 170. The month is young, and I would love to get to that 170th subscriber. And thank you to all of those who have given, donated things to the channel. I appreciate it, from beef jerky to shirts. If you ever want to send me something to try out, a backpacking meal or just whatever, let me know. I'll put my email in the details area below, so you can send me an email, and I'm happy to give you my contact information. You can mail it to me. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. A Fat Guy in His Backpack. Get out there, enjoy some wilderness. Be safe, be smart, have a lot of fun. All right, bye-bye.